Hello and welcome to Teletoast 66, District 66 Public Television Access Club. We are excited to be here and bringing the opportunity to our members to practice communicating on film. We have an exciting show planned for you today. We have 2 prepared speeches and some evaluations. Evaluations are a critical part of what we do here in Toastmasters. That's how we improve, by getting instant feedback so we can improve what we do. Our first speaker today is Lawrence Roberts. Lawrence Roberts, how long have you been a member of Toastmasters?
I've been a member of Toastmasters for 2.5 months.
2.5 months, and what brought you to our club?
I've heard about it. I've always heard good things about Toastmasters, and the opportunity presented itself, and I thought, why not take advantage of this opportunity to learn and become a better speaker and presenter.
We are excited to support you in your growth in communication and leadership. I understand today you'll be presenting your second speech, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Great, and the second speech focuses on organizing your speech. So Lawrence will be focusing on the structure of his speech today. His speech today is preparing for the unexpected, right?
Yes, preparing for the unexpected. Many times we go into life and things happen, but we don't take time to prepare for those things. But when something happens, it's too late to prepare for it because it's there.
Great. Well, in preparing for the unexpected, Lawrence Roberts.
A little bit about myself. I was born and raised in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and came here and joined the United States Army recently. Joined the United States Army after graduating high school. And while in the United States Army, I had the opportunity to get my undergraduate degree in business marketing from Strayer University. The biggest thing I want y'all to prepare for and looking at when I talk about preparing for the unexpected is life insurance. Many times people go through life and, I'm good, I'm healthy, I don't need it, why do I need it? Well, we never know what tomorrow's going to bring. And that's the truth about it, because if everybody knew what tomorrow was going to be, everyone would be millionaires because everyone would be playing the lottery, playing the pick 8 number. So, preparing for the unexpected. Life insurance does more than just provide for your life and put you in the ground. That's what we have to get out of that mindset of thinking. Because too many times people think of, I don't want to think about death, I'm not going to die no time soon. Well, that's fine. But now, if we can look at it this way here, okay, take out the word life insurance. Now, if I can offer you something, an investment tool where you can put your money into, you can get a better interest rate than what you can get out of a savings account in the bank. Your money can have access to your money can grow tax-free, and also any debt collection is protected against debt collectors. Would you be interested in learning about that? That's what life insurance does from a mutual insurance company. There are too many times people are going through life and using these crowdfunding websites to take care of their family, burial, and unexpected needs and wants. Well, it's fine, but that should not be the norm. That truly should not be the norm. That's where we, taking a little time, preparing for your life and preparing for those unexpected things that may happen. Do it now, take care of yourself and your family. People who love their families and take care of their families have life insurance. These things I want you to take away from this here and look and know is that I want to take care of my family, 1. 2, you're looking at your family and how can I prepare for my family? How can I prepare for the unexpected? Get some life insurance. Why do we need life insurance? Because we never know what's going to happen. Because also it's going to take care of your family and put them in a position where you'll be able to continue your lifestyle. Their family can be able to continue that lifestyle even if you're not here. That's something that is there for you. Let's look at, let's all plan to live, live for something, live for something, live to be somebody. And also, on top of that, leave a legacy. Leaving a legacy is more than just leaving bills. Your legacy should be, we've heard about, hey, I want to leave something for my children's children. Well, this is your opportunity. Leave something that's going to really help your next generation become better. And in closing, I'd like everyone to think about that and take some time to review and evaluate what you currently have. Thank you.
Well, my name is Mark Robinson. I am the evaluator for Lawrence's speech today. All Toastmasters speeches have an evaluation where we provide some feedback on what we especially liked about the speech and a couple of areas where we think the speaker might be able to improve for the next time. And by doing that, we hope to have an attitude of continuous improvement where every speaker can become better and better at what they're doing and in the message they're trying to give to the audience. I really enjoy Lawrence's speech, Preparing for the Unexpected. His speech was from project number 2 in our Competent Communicator Manual. That project is around organizing your speech, and I thought he did an excellent job of organizing his speech. Some of the things we look for are a clear beginning, a body, and a conclusion. Lawrence's speech had all of those things in it. It had a clear beginning where he introduced himself, and he talked about his topic, life insurance. He then took us through some of the reasons why we would want to purchase life insurance. And finally, he said in closing, please consider investing in life insurance for yourself and for your family. I thought that was great. Some of the things that Lawrence took us through were areas of investment, so looking at the life insurance as not just something that we buy for the unexpected, but as a way of investing money that we can then withdraw later in life, and also in leaving a legacy for our family. And I thought that those were excellent points. Maybe one of the things that I would recommend for a next speech on this topic would be in organizing the body to pick 2 or 3 of those areas and to break those into subtopics in the body. For example, the first subtopic could be an investment. This is an investment in yourself. This is an investment in your future financially. And then secondly, the leaving a legacy. And that could be the second part of the body. One other good tip is at the beginning of the speech to tell the audience what you're about to say. So maybe using those 2 as an example, this is what I'm going to talk about. And then give those 2 points in the body. And then finally in the conclusion, recap by saying, I've talked to you about investments and I've talked to you about legacy. Please invest. And I think those things will make for a strong speech. But again, I enjoyed the topic. I really enjoyed hearing Lawrence, who's an expert in this field, present it to us. And I'm looking forward to his next speech.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
I understand we have a district conference coming up, and can you tell us a little bit about that?
I am so excited about the upcoming district conference. Does everybody know about the conference?
Yes!
Yes. I'm reading this book called The 9 Secrets of TED Speakers. And one of the things that really excited me about this book is the idea that we can't grow or we can't connect with our audience unless we introduce something new. And that's what I think the conference is about. It's about introducing Toastmasters to new ideas, getting them outside the club so that they can do something new and magical with their public speaking.
Excellent. So can you tell us a little bit about what a newcomer should expect when they attend a conference?
You should expect to have fun. I remember my first conference very well. I was lucky enough to have the president of Toastmasters International at my very first conference, and I'll never forget it. This conference is going to be even better. A newcomer and regular Toastmasters alike can expect to hear the 1999 world champion of public speaking, Craig Ballantyne. I love Craig Ballantyne. Craig Ballantyne is an excellent speaker. He's outstanding, and I've taken a lot of his tips to heart in terms of improving my own public speaking, just in terms of thinking about facial expressions, thinking about how to connect with the audience in new and exciting ways. He is one of my favorite of the world champions, and I'm really looking forward to having him there.
That sounds like that's going to be an exciting time. I haven't had an opportunity to hear Craig Ballantyne, but I will make sure I am at this conference because I've heard a lot of good things about his presentations and how he helps to bring the audience in and develop them. In addition to Craig Ballantyne as a keynote speaker and the world champion of public speaking, what else will happen at the conference?
Of course, the contests will happen. Toastmasters International has 4 contests a year. In the fall conference, you can expect to hear either a humorous speech contest or a tall tales contest. Both of those are a lot of fun and they're both very funny. In the fall, you can also expect to have the evaluation contests. I've participated in those contests and they've been a great experience for me to learn and to grow. In the spring, however, the stakes get even higher. In the spring, we have the Table Topics contest. What is Table Topics? Table Topics is essentially the idea that you should be able to handle whatever life throws at you. That means if your boss comes to you and says, hey, what do I do about this project? What do you think? You should be ready. If someone catches you off the cuff in any part of life, you should be ready. And Table Topics says, okay, we're going to throw a question at you and you have to answer in 2 to 3 minutes, or rather 1 to 2 minutes, I'm sorry. The big dog of the contest, however, is the International Speech Contest. Unlike the other contests, which proceed from the club level to the area level to the division level to the district level, the winner of the International Speech Contest, that is 5 to 7 minutes of the best that you have, goes all the way to the international contest.
That sounds exciting.
It is. I attended the international contest in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, the first contest or convention held outside of North America for Toastmasters International. I can't tell you how exciting it was to be with Toastmasters from all around the world, just listening to the best of the best throw down on the stage.
So that's exciting. It sounds like not only do we have a conference coming up, there's also going to be an international convention.
Yes, the international convention is usually a little bit difficult for people on the East Coast to get to. I don't know how many of you are from the East Coast originally, but it's kind of hard to get to the contest if you're not there. However, this year, the convention will be in Washington, D.C. That will make it very easy for those of us who are on the East Coast to get there in a much more financially affordable way.
So it's right in our back door, so there's no reason that we can't attend. So if you're interested in finding out more about the international convention, you can visit toastmasters.org and look at the events section, and there'll be plenty of information to let you know what's going on at the international convention. Now, what I'd really like to talk about is District 66 Conference. Where will that conference be this year?
It will be in Charlottesville, Virginia, home to the University of Virginia.
Excellent. And what time of year? That's coming up in May, is that correct?
Yes, it will be Memorial Day weekend, the last weekend in May. I know a lot of people are going to be ready for your barbecues and things like that, but why not just go do the barbecue after the conference? You can think of the conference as a warm-up for your Memorial Day barbecues.
So they have a little time to expand their professional development, network a little bit, and then they still have time to go home and on Monday have their Memorial Day barbecue.
That sounds like the perfect weekend to me.
That sounds like a perfect weekend to me as well. In parting thoughts, is there anything that you'd like to tell the audience about the conference? Any additional thoughts?
I have a lot of thoughts. I think the conference is a great way for Toastmasters to grow. You can stay here in your club. And the thing about Toastmasters is you get a lot out of being in the club. You get feedback on your speeches. You get to grow and build with the people around you. But that limits your Toastmasters world here. The conference allows you to expand your Toastmasters world a little bit bigger than it was before. The great thing about Toastmasters is when we're at the club level, we get comfortable. You know what I mean? We
Yes,
get very
absolutely.
used to doing the same things over and over and over again. The conference is a way to shake us up and get us outside of that comfort zone. It's a way for us to say, here's something that people are doing differently. It's a way for us to see, I thought my speeches were really good, but now I'm seeing the best of the best in divisions A, C, D, and E. That's a little wake-up call, and I think it's important for us all to see that so that we know how much more that we can grow by sharing what it is that we do. The other thing I'd like to make a point of is that we also have a great opportunity to get new educational materials. Usually the keynote speakers bring great educational materials to every conference, and often you can get them at a discount. You often don't have to pay for things like shipping, and speakers also give nice discounts so that you can take some of the materials home with you to grow. And even more, as a bonus, the district has a very nice bookstore that is run every conference. And that means instead of paying for shipping, again, if you want that CL manual, if you want your high performance leadership packets, you can get them at the conference and not have to worry about shipping. And then the third thing I'd like to really emphasize for all of you out there is that it's a time to fellowship. Sometimes it's really hard to make the time to go to our Toastmasters meetings, much less go outside of our club. This is one of the ultimate ways to go outside of our club. We can meet people who we normally wouldn't have met in our Toastmaster journey. I've met some great people at Toastmasters conferences that I still keep in contact with today. And as a bonus, I actually went to a club during my last day in Ireland, in Dublin, and I met that same person at the conference or convention in Malaysia. It really is a great way to network and really get the full benefit of the Toastmasters experience.
I'd agree, Tiffany. What I found when I've attended conferences is that, or the conventions, and get outside of my club, that it doesn't matter whether it's a member from my club or a world champion of public speaking, they're approachable and they're actually accessible. And even at that level, they want to help me develop. Are there any experiences that you've had with someone, maybe a world champion of public speaking or someone who's in maybe leadership at the international level, where they've helped to develop you?
Well, I don't know about too many people that have helped to develop me in terms of world champions, but I can say that Lance Miller, I have found, who is the 2005 world champion of public speaking, just is such a fantastic guy in person. You can always tell when someone is being authentic and is being genuine. When I see Lance Miller at a conference, he's leaning forward. He's listening to people speaking. He's concerned with making sure that everybody is getting the most that they can out of the conference or his talks. And I feel that genuineness coming from him, and it is really important and fantastic. I really love him. Another person who has been really great to me is my mentor from District 35, the former district where I am. Jim Coley has been such a wonderful mentor to me, and seeing him again at the World Convention was such a fantastic experience. He's also one of the people who always thinks about growing and leading as part of his mission in Toastmasters.
So then I hear a couple of things that you've said. One is that Toastmasters offers mentors, and if you make yourself available to that opportunity at your club level and beyond, there are individuals to mentor you.
Yes.
Then that you should get involved outside of your club and make sure that you're attending events such as the district conference.
Yes.
That is really something that was transformational in my Toastmasters journey. Like you said, I was sitting quietly in my club and just operating under the guides of what I thought a Toastmasters club should be. And somebody saw something in me and they pulled that leader out, and that's why I'm sitting here with you all today. And in addition to being the president of Teletoast 66, I'm also the club growth director for the district. And had I not taken the opportunity to get outside of my club to go to a conference, I don't think that would have happened for me.
And I think that's a very important point that you make. The World Champion of Public Speaking from 2014, Donna Jaya always said, I see something in you and I don't know what it is. And that's something that I've carried with me throughout this Toastmasters journey. With Toastmasters, there is something in you that you might not know, but somebody else can see, and that somebody else can help you develop and grow. And I think that is the most marvelous part of this Toastmasters experience. I have to be honest, I don't really want to be sitting right here now. Seeing myself on television makes me afraid. It makes me nervous. But if I want to grow, this is something that I have to do. If you want to grow, going to the conference is something that you need to do.
We talk about getting comfortable being uncomfortable, and I think that's exactly what Toastmasters does for us. And you've done an exceptional job with us here today. And I thank you for coming and sharing with us about the conference, your personal experiences, and I hope that you all can connect with some of what we've said about the conferences and Toastmasters in general. Again, to get more information about the District 66 conference, please visit district66.org. And then for the Toastmaster International Convention, you can visit toastmasters.org. Thank you for joining us today, Tiffany.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome back again. This time you'll be evaluating Tiffany's speech. Can you tell us a little bit about what you, actually if you can evaluate the dialogue that we had, because that comes from a speech where there's an interviewer and an interviewee.
Absolutely.
So if you can give us a little bit of feedback on what you were looking for today and what you saw.
Sure, Naomi. So this is a little different format than most of our speeches. In Toastmasters, most of our speeches, as we know, are one speaker on a stage by themselves. With this format, because it is a communication on television, and it is actually a project from project number 2 from the Communicating on Television manual, the talk show, there needs to be an interaction between the interviewer and Tiffany, who is performing the speech project. I thought that that was done really well.
Very good. So what areas of improvement would you give us? Because you know, if you only tell us what we do good, but don't give us any areas for improvement, then there's no growth.
Sure.
So what do you think could be improved on?
Absolutely. So in full disclosure, Tiffany's my wife. So I'm not going to get in trouble for this interview. We evaluate everyone equally, and we're not evaluating the person, we're evaluating the content of the speech. So first I'm going to start with a couple of things I thought she did extremely well. She approached this as a speech. She approached it as if she would any speech that she was giving on a stage. She used very good hand gestures, very open hand gestures. She leaned forward when she was talking about how Lance Miller leaned forward. She had very good clarity in her voice. We could hear everything that she was saying. She was also very connected to her material, very excited, and you could sense that excitement coming through when she was talking about the conference and about the international convention. And then finally, she was prepared. She had a lot of anecdotes, a lot of stories about prior conventions and conferences, and that really helps to bring the story alive, and it helps to make for a really good television experience.
I did enjoy it, and the passion came through, and I think she connected well with the audience. And it was great to have her here to share with us about the upcoming conference and the convention.
Absolutely.
Do you have any closing comments for Tiffany's speech?
Well, I have some closing comments about her speech. I hope she continues through this television manual. Again, this club is here for us to get more experience in front of the camera and also behind the camera as well, but really to become comfortable giving speeches in front of a lens and to learn more about how speaking in front of a camera might be different and similar to speaking on a stage.
Okay, thank you very much, Mark. Toastmasters is a premier organization that is dedicated solely to developing an individual's communication and leadership skills. We have 118 clubs that meet throughout District 66. We cover from the border of North Carolina to the border of Fredericksburg. There is a club that will meet at a time and date that is probably available to your schedule. If you're looking to advance your professional development, your interpersonal communication skills, or just looking for an opportunity to interact in a fun and supportive environment, Toastmasters has a club that is fit for you. You can find a club by visiting toastmasters.org and selecting the Find a Club link. There you can search by location, date, and time, and find a club that will help you to meet both your personal and professional development goals. I'd like to welcome Shakira Ali, our ah counter for the day. Give us a report on how well we did today in terms of controlling those ahs and ums.
Yes.
Yes.
Today we did very well, but there's still room for improvement. Today we had, with your speeches, we just had 2 ums, 4 repeats, and 2 stumbles. The stumble is when you stumble on the word, but then you come back again. We have the repeat is when you repeat the word, it's like starting over again. With our guest, Lawrence, we had 4 ums, 1 repeat, 3 stumbles, and 2 you knows. With Tiffany, we had 1 stumble. And these are the things that we work on in improving our speaking.
Thank you for watching an interview on TV, perhaps an athlete after a great win, and you've lost the meaning of their message through the ums and ahs and interjections where maybe they should simply take a pause. Shakira, again, thank you for that, for bringing to notice for us ways that we can improve our communication. Thank you. I'm Naomi Lewis, the club president for Teletoast 66. Thank you for joining us for another episode of our show. We are the public access television show for District 66, where we come from across the state to work on communicating on film. Please be sure to join us for our next episode. I'll do like Lark Doley and hop out the seat and take my mic off.
I love you all. I'll see you on the next one.
I'm give her a qualifier. I just finished saying, like, I'm going to give you something that's,
Miss
we don't have to do
Lawrence.
that.